Hi, good afternoon. Hi from Marianna. Wow, Women of Worth. As introduced on our social media, this is a very nice appointment for us. It's something very unusual for Wow, but we are so thrilled to share this stage today with two wonderful women that they are inspiring me, helping me to go forward and actually not get lost. So I would like to introduce and say hi to our lovely women, which are here with me, Nui, which is G100 Global Chair for the wing of marketing and brand creation. And welcome to Cynthia Abito from Uganda for the Uganda Chair. Good afternoon. And for, I think Nui is well evening. What time is over there, Nui?
Oh, my time in Thailand is around 8:30,
8:30 in
8:30
the
at
evening.
night. Uh-huh.
And I know you're very busy. You were sharing with me that you've been having a very hectic day with some very important stuff that you've been doing. So I would like to first of all give you the opportunity to for people that are following WOW to know a little bit more about you ladies, but why first of all we are here. So we have a big announcement. I'm honored to be part of G100, the global women empowering women association for women that they have a voice. They want to have a voice and they want to share their voice and raising the voice together for women all around the world. So me as an Italy chair, I'm very honored to have the role, and I really enjoy working with women like yourself, where we are struggling. We have hard times, it's difficult times. The resources is most of the times are not as we wish, but definitely there is the enthusiasm and the energy to do the best we can. So why we are here? I shared with Nui early in the year about our theme during the WOW Festival, authenticity. And I must say that Nui, she got very excited about the theme because she's the one that is really, as a global chair, is she's able to understand what is not just talk, because when we talk about marketing and branding, a lot of most of the times we have just a lot of talk and we don't really show up for what we mean with the word. And authenticity to me for the last years, especially after COVID, has been really a buzzword. But when Nui saw the seed of the fact that I want to regain the authenticity of authentic meaning of authenticity, then I got her on board and she liked the idea to join venture for our G100, basically for our wing, a conference, a European conference. So here we are. We are going to have, in occasion of Naples 2500, which is the city where I'm coming from, that is the celebration for the 2,500 years from the domination of when basically Naples was dominated and became from Partenope, the Greek name of Naples, Neapolis in Latin, which new polis, new city. And basically that's why we joint venture between WOW, presenting this project to the city of Naples and G100. So before I go to the details, I would like to first of all thank Dr. Albin, that is always with us, even if she can't physically, sometimes for the many commitments she's got, but we have a lovely message from her. So before we get into the conversation with Nue Cynthia, I would like to share with you her greetings.
Namaste, dear soul sisters. I send my warmest regards and congratulations on this wonderful milestone moment of the event of the G100 meetings alongside the WOW Women of Worth conference. Congratulations all sisters, Global Chair Dr. Nui, for amazing, extraordinary leadership of your wing, inspiring all the country chairs across the world to empower sisters in their countries with events, visions and projects. This event in Naples is also supported by all the other country chairs, particularly Sister Cynthia from Uganda. Thank you for your support to Sister Marianna and everybody all the time. Sisters, it is not just this moment of the event, it is every day. Every day you all are coming together, whether it is through the digital tools, be it the online calls, but we are staying together in spirit with a very sacred feeling that we are all in this together. And thank you so much to the Comune di Naples, the Naples 2500, for supporting this event with all their heart and mind and in every possible way, because it is really the community organizations, the institutions, government, corporates, everybody coming together in this pact of partnership which truly bridges the gaps and helps us, inspires us to see beyond, to sit on the shoulders of this beautiful collective that we have globally and imagine a future that is better than today and that is true to the measure and height of our humanity. All the good that we are capable of together. I love the name AutheniCITY. I don't know what it means, how to say, sorry, I do understand the meaning authenticity in English, but you know, I come from India, and when you say AutheniCITY, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but I pronounced it like that. And chitta, the word chitta in Sanskrit, in our language, in Hindi, in the local language, it means consciousness. And that's what the wing is all about. That's what branding is all about. To create a consciousness around your business, whatever product or whatever service you're offering, and to create a brand around anything. It could be around a city, like you played beautifully on authenticity and city and AutheniCITY, like consciousness. It's just so beautiful the way you're bringing about a visionary change in the way branding is seen as a concept, as a tool to elevate our consciousness around so many subjects, whether it is how we live, how we do business, how we relate to each other as humanity. Indeed, isn't it all about elevating, purifying and changing our collective consciousness? I send you my best wishes, and I'm with you all the way in heart, soul and spirit. God bless you all.
This was lovely, wasn't it? It's very goosebumps. So thank you, Dr. B, for your words. And she can pronounce very well, even if she's not Italian. And how amazing about the fact that she said means consciousness. So Nui, let's talk about you, what you do, and basically what is your contribution to this authenticity world?
I think when we're talking about the authenticity, when we first sort of like discuss about what our wing should do, and you offer this term, when I look at this term, I divide it into two words, authentic and city. So I feel like if we can apply branding into the place, that would be something that can lead all of us to the objective of sustainability, because the power of place is very important to create the things. So I feel like I just love the concept of authenticity, that we play with the term city, and it's go along with the good occasion that Napoli got to have a celebration of its legacy. So I think it's a good timing for our wing to talk about the importance of place branding. I think that's how it started. That's why we are on here. Mhm.
Yeah. And basically, you're absolutely right. When I was presenting the project to Napoli, to the local government, I didn't know about Napoli 2500 because I live in London, but I didn't know there was the celebration of Naples 2500. So I said, to appeal them, I think I should create also a link to the city. So I said, you know what? Let me create a brand that is helping us them in a win-win, concept to bring up something that is appealing for them. And authenticity in Italian, città, fair enough. So they like the idea because we are talking about Napoli 2500 celebration. I think if someone in the background could put on mute, I don't know if it's Cynthia or Nui, because there is a background. Yeah, okay, I can hear now. Yeah, that was from Cynthia. Cool. So the point is that I have realized that when I started researching what means city, what astonished me is the fact that the city in Italian città comes from citizen, cittadino in Italian. So the funny thing, città is not something that is incorporating, is like a container, and the individuals within it have no identity, but it's the other way around. All the citizens together build the city, which is amazing. We know it, but we know only if we stop and think, because the city is like you think is the city with the buildings. The city is made of citizens. What makes a city are the individuals. So that when I started reading from this perspective, I realized, you know what? There is something so beautiful that maybe we really can do now, because it's not just the city as a city brand, but in the sense that is the facade is what makes the city, which is the union of the singular individuals. That is the power. So on this note, I would like to hear from Nui, because I know you are an expert in city branding and country branding. It must be something so important, the fact that, you have a collective that you have to promote, a country, but how you pin with the soul of the individuals.
I like what you say, that the city has to be composed with the citizen. I feel like when you're talking about place branding or city branding, it will lead you to another concept of culture. So I think when you experience different city, and if that city got a proper branding, you can see how people sustain the culture, the legacy of that, from the past to present with the future. So every time when I have a chance to develop a place branding or place making, it doesn't have to be big like a country, even small like a community. You have a chance to work with people. You have a chance to understand the power of people, understand their culture, understand their potential. That's why I feel like for me, even though I have more than 30 years of experience in corporate branding, but today, if you want to build a better future, you got to understand that to put the interest, the effort into the place branding, you have a chance to work with the people. And I think for me right now at this age, it's more important to work with something that beyond profit, something that more on the potential of the future. So I feel like for our brand creation wing, if we try to put our head together, share experience from Thailand, from Uganda, from Italy, how you build, how you create the city branding. That would be the way to show the world the identity of each city, the identity of each culture. So I'm very excited to be part of this conference and talk about the process, how we can develop the city branding that would affect on the impact of the people, of everything surround the whole system of the city.
This is amazing, because while we're talking about, Uganda, Thailand, Italy, we are so different. But what the magic happens when there is authenticity. So that means that even if we are so different, in our own way, we are authentic, because we are carrying out our history, our culture, our traditions. And what is really sitting, at the bottom of everything is the authenticity. It means coming through, coming from you, who you really are, and you attract the right people. So we are so different, but look, we are here with something in common, which is authenticity, that we want to let it become our flag in order to make sure that even if we are so different, in the name of authenticity, there is an attraction. There is a possibility to get together. There is, as you said, a hope of a better world, a hope of peace. And this is what I think as a women on these different cultures we want to bring together is the values of being yourself for true, but respecting others and respecting someone else's authenticity. So I would like to hear from Cynthia. What is your experience, Cynthia, as chair for Uganda? So what is the work you're doing for your community, and how you feel authenticity on your daily battle?
Yes, thank you so much, Marianna, for this wonderful talk show and for the global chair. For me, my experience with authenticity, really, I think when I start from when we started connecting with the global chair, with Marianna, and she was sharing about authenticity, there are three things that connected: connection, how do you connect with people, how do you relate with people, the originality of how we connect. And that intrigued me as a person, and it created a lot of curiosity. I felt the need to be part of the festival, to be involved and, collectively work together. But coming back to really what I do, because basically we do a lot of community building, engaging with the local communities. And it's very important to involve women in city development because it's crucial and it creates inclusivity, resilience in urban spaces. The rural women bring unique perspectives and skills that endure development projects and holistic equitability. So I'll borrow from one of the unique communities in northern Uganda. They are Go. And my connection with them really came from a place of self-introspection and self-reflection that led me to this authentic connection with these people. These are internally displaced people born after the aftermath of the Lord's Resistance Army in Gulu district, northern Uganda. And the women stand out as beacons of creativity and resilience through their engagement in arts and craft. So their artwork represents not only their cultural heritage, but also a virtual part of local economy and community identity. So when we talk about development, we look at most times women or people living in low, should I say low developed areas are neglected. There's an imbalance in which probably businesses or work should be incorporated. Usually they are not given so much attention. And as a community in this area, they really have faced a lot of challenges, like employment challenges due to neglect and limited support of their crafts, restricted market access, and insufficient resources. Some of the empowering solutions that I think would really be important to note or look into would be increase access in local and broader markets and provide training, capacity building for these communities, but also the broader perception of what city development really means. I think empowerment and representation of women in leadership and their decision-making roles helps a lot to ensure development plans and creates a diverse needs for the communities, especially the local community, and then a lot of community engagement, including by being inclusive of both the rural and the underrepresented communities, especially the scenario, the case study of the Agu women. They contribute essentially to sustainable and unique urban development. Their involvement ensures projects are rooted in real life needs and priorities, not just maybe infrastructures. We've been talking about buildings, thinking maybe, city development or development is about structures, but it all is an ecosystem that involves the people, that involves the structures, the infrastructure, but there should be an inclusiveness and a uniqueness. So the resilience and the sustainability of women often champion long-term sustainability and resilience, forcing an environment of stewardship and the welfare of their communities in urban planning. So I'm really honored, and in all this process, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of unlearning, and a lot of change and questioning a lot of things that we do in terms of how do we plan, how do we relate, how do we create our businesses and connect with our audience. Yeah, thank you. You're muted, so we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
Marie, you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, yeah. I didn't want to disturb you, so I was on mute. While you were speaking, Cynthia, it was you brought me to think something that I think is what is really the urge of our times now. We are talking about leadership, globalization, all this beautiful thing, but sometimes they are so far away from who we are. What I mean by that is something that looks like the search of the status or credibility, authority, so studying and everything. It takes us too far away from where I'm coming from, and that is, I think, that was the reason why we also want to bring together the common commodity. What is common in these women, even if they are leaders, sometimes they feel too much disconnected from who they really are, disconnected from what is happening out there. And the fact that authenticity is we are rooting up with where we're coming from. We are talking about city, but it could be a village, could be a little town. There's not to be a big city, but as I said, the concept of city is the collectiveness of the individuals. Individuals means they're coming from with their own values, and together they create a bigger values, which is the worth of the collectiveness, a village, town, or city, country, whatever it is. And I think that from a marketing point of view, everybody talking about authenticity, say, you need to come across for who you really are, is fantastic. And something that, as I was saying, is helping people to feel aligned with who we are, not so much pressure, especially if you are a leader, a woman. There are so many things that we think about: the good looking, being always, having a style, to be, perfect in the sense that we have to say always the right things at the right time, having the knowledge. There is a lot of pressure from a society point of view on the women. But being authentic, it doesn't mean that you don't need to develop. But actually, in my opinion, who is really authentic is the one that is growing and is not missing out of the focus where they're coming from. And why I wanted to stop on thinking about what is important. Yes, we're talking about leadership, women, that we need to have more leadership roles, because the world where it's going, we need more empathy, and women have the capabilities of listening, combined with the strength of the men. Fantastic, we can do a greater job. So we need a more equal, balanced leadership between men and women. So we don't want to take over. It's not a movement to take over, but there is space for everybody. But I think what is really can make the difference is authenticity, from a societal point of view. And then we talk about marketing, because don't forget, I think there is a quote I always shared with you at the G100, talking about businesses and brands basically influence society, and as such we have responsibility, because we are having an impact on the local communities. So if we are instead being in marketing, being leaders, to come across with the authenticity, maybe the ripple effect on the society we are living, where we can get those ripple effect, which with more positive impact, instead of denying some values, or always being consumerism, or being always on top of things. That is a lot of pressure. And when we talk authenticity instead, everything becomes slower, less fast, less confusion. And on this note, I think, because on the agenda I have here the fact that I would like to hear from nuje, what is the experience, what is the testimonial from your end for the work you do, where we can hear and understand a little bit more in practical terms how this vision of being global leaders is standing on authenticity in order to have the movement, slowly movement, but is actually taking us to a place which is better one.
Marianna, let me go deep dive into the concept of authenticity again. I think it's important that people got to find yourself and have to sort of like go back and try to find the value of yourself, that you don't have to be the same as other. But I think what is more important, that the personality or the look and feel is authenticity. It's on about showing the respect to yourself. Okay, so the key term for me is respect. I think every single soul have to show respect on who you are. Okay, not just go crazy about how I look, the personality. All of those things are very surfacing. So first, you have to learn how to respect yourself. And after you learn about that, don't stop at where you feel like, okay, now I'm authentic, now I'm unique, because you are not alone in the world. As you say, the very important term, collective society. So, in order to put together the authentic of each person, I think we should learn from uh, we have to go beyond ourselves to something that for me call it share purpose. Okay, in order to develop a city, a place, or whatever, a community, I think every people have to go beyond just profit, beyond self, and they have to get to the point of how they can create the purpose that can lead every person into the betterment. Okay, so for me, in the process of either branding or marketing, we have to be more mindful, more respectable, something that start from connecting yourself and then connect to other, and then try to create the share value, share purpose together. Then we can start to empower or create something that more meaningful to the society. So I this is something that I feel like it's a starting point of branding. Branding is a process that help you identify your sense of self, and after branding, you go to marketing. Marketing is the art and science of how you take your product, your corporate, or yourself to the market in contact with the other stakeholder. But instead of doing the conventional marketing, they just try to get only the attention create perception. I think right now the new concept of marketing again has to be also authentic. So the marketing today has to be more mindful and try to create more of the positive impact. So I think we are in the era that we have to understand the new concept of branding and try to define also the new concept of marketing. I think this is something that going to be the point of discussion when we sit together in the conference room next month, how we can put together the new concept of branding, the new concept of marketing to create something that more of the positive impact, how we can sort of work on the diversity to come up with something that more like a unity to create the better world.
Absolutely, yeah. And this is, as you said, something that we want to deep dive when we meet in, because there are some testimonials of also women, how difficult is to have a nice plan and then implement it. Sometimes on paper, personal branding, you can have a very polished one or something that looks very crystal clear, but there are so many other things can happen in your business, your life, and sometimes can affect your personal branding. And even that, once you have developed a personal brand which is authentic, human, definitely, even if there is any crisis, so branding crisis that can affect your company, because basically, don't forget, you are not your business, but definitely you are the most important asset of your business. So if your personal branding is affected for any reason, that got an effect on your business. We have seen so many, leaders like, even Musk for the Tesla and so on. So basically, they start losing reputation, and all the stakeholders on the market for the business were going down. They were, losing the value of the company. So definitely, building a personal brand when it's not authentic, if you are doing something wrong, definitely can be devastate your business. So that's why we believe that authenticity is really the key to build a brand which is grounded for where you're coming from. But when it's so grounded, whatever comes out there, the tempest, at least you still have the roots. So that is something that we are going to discuss. Cynthia, is there anything you would like to add or experience, if there is any testimonial that your perspective in this respect, how you reckon that the personal branding has really made a difference for a business standing on the grounds of authenticity?
Yeah, I've really been captivated by Dr. No's presentation on what authenticity really means. And it made me reflect so much on how businesses, especially SMEs, local small scale businesses or medium scale businesses, run in my country, especially with the local areas. And one of the things that I think authenticity comes with, you have to shift away from yourself and move beyond yourself and move beyond connecting more with more of the community. And it comes with growth. Authenticity will push you to growth. It will push you to become creative. It will push you to connect more with your audience or with your market. It will push you more into innovation. And something that I want to really echo out, which I see really profound here with businesses, and why sometimes most of them don't really, survive, they collapse, because there's a lot of copycat. And authenticity comes out to show that you have to have that creation within you. You have to have that resilience within you. You have to know your brand. You have to know your product. before you know, not because like here we have very many common businesses or boutiques, saloons, because someone's product or business or service is working doesn't mean that yours, it's going to work for you. So you have to have that creativity in you. You have to have, you have to be innovative to be able to create a brand or a product that can be sold out or that can stand the test of time. Yeah, that's what I can share.
Thank you. That's very, very powerful, and I really appreciate what you say, because you were discussing, basically, it's not really about the product. Is what is your vision that made that product stand out. And all the storytelling nowadays, which is the new era of doing marketing, through telling the why behind our business venture, the why, the purpose that is keeping us to go ahead. That is different perspective altogether, because as we know, when marketing started in the 70s, the focusing always been the marketing. It was not defined marketing as such, but is a product that you want to place on the market. So you need to make sure that there was a buzz around it and people could buy it. And of course, starting from the industrial times where the focus was the product, now we're starting, the perspective is completely changed. For a period, it was focused on the customer, on the needs. Now is instead from the person that is the leader, what is the story behind it, that is finding out the connection with the target audience. So I want to say these are really all the themes that we are going to discuss during our conference in Naples. Authenticity, so put in your agenda. We're trying to do a live, to be honest. We'll see if we are able to get, because I have so many requests, but people can't travel for other commitments, but they like the opportunity. They like really the themes. So yeah, it's not a promise, but we'll try our best to be live on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. But we would love to have you in person. So this is extended to all the chairs of G100 for sure, because we have so many leaders, so many different fields, from innovation, IT, financial industry. And if we think about in the era of AI, there is no one field can be authentic. Actually, that is the new the way to approach and not only survive but thrive in the business world. Looks like authenticity is really the key. It's hard because it's not something easy. Everybody thinks, oh, well, so I am authentic. Good for you, but being authentic and leverage on that means that you really need to know who you really are, creating storytelling, and making sure that is relevant also to the audience you want to pick. So it's not easy journey, and sometimes even find out your own authenticity is not something that is so easy. In fact, for who will join us, yes, we have on the 18th of October, the conference with nuje, Cynthia, and other members from abroad. And we will share the panel. So for who you want to know more about details, we're going to share very soon. But this is part of a 5 days event, which is part of the WOW festival, as I was saying, because we see authenticity as a journey: introspection, reflection, and connection. Why is the 3 stages? Because the struggle by me, nuje, Cynthia, we were discussing in the past, was the fact that we have realized that you can have a perfect marketing plan, perfect personal brand profile. The point is this, that if it's not aligned with your true self, that plan dies. It's not alive. It has to be, revisited. It has to be something that belongs to you. So now the work that we do for our women is actually starting from inside out. So introspection is the moment where we need to start to find out the why. Everybody's talking about the why, the purpose, which is correct. But most importantly, means you are the niche. This is always what I say to my clients. I say, everybody picks a niche, but you become the niche when you have so much experience and people can relate to you. That is the attractor of your target audience. Otherwise, you are trying to fit someone else. Instead, it's the other way around. Your experience, your expertise is available and people are attracted by you. So the personal branding authentically is really important. But the introspection phase, in order you understand your strength, your weaknesses, accepting, embracing it and improve it. I'm not saying that you need to live as they are. No, we need to improve. It's good to improve. That doesn't mean that you are not authentic anymore. You have still your gem within you. And then there is the reflection. Reflection is, as Nuje says, is branding, how you express your authenticity. So the style, could be the personal style or the thing you wear, or the graphic design and everything. And then there is the connection. The connection is actually the last phase where your introspection is aligned with your reflection, the way you express yourself. Then you're attracting the right people. And how the way I like to say is that authenticity in this way becomes a filter, attracting the right people. So if you are fascinated about all this, we are going to have 2 days focusing on workshops with Italian experts. We are going to do this journey to give you the tools to explore it. And then on day 3, there is basically with G100 authorities and the expert, like, as I said, Nuje, of course, and Cynthia. We are going to give examples how to build your personal brand in terms of creating an image that is attracting as a city ambassador. Because when you are at a stage where you are a leader and people are asking you where you're from, of course, you become a country or a city ambassador. Look at Nuje, look at Cynthia, myself. We, in a way, we are becoming our country ambassadors through our personal leader. And that is day 3. Then we have the 4th day, which is exploration. So we want the women that are joining us to have a connection with our territory, understanding where we're coming from. So the women from Naples they are going to sharing their stories. They are going to express their authenticity for a territory made of traditions, made of culture, and so on. And day 5 is going to be an exhibition of artifacts crafts of local women. So definitely is a way to showcase not only saying by words, but showcasing their product and how their authenticity is coming across. So if it's something that sounds good to you, is something that you like to explore and be surrounded by women that can inspire you, or you can inspire us, you are more than welcome to join us. And definitely it's going to be a great time for us to understand more about you and exchange and having new ideas, new vibe in order to grow together. So I don't know if you ladies want to add anything else before we wrap up.
Yeah, I want to add something. I very convinced that authenticity is very important, but don't stop there. Okay, don't stop at, okay, I know I'm authentic. The next step, you have to find your worth. That's why I love the concept of wow, woman of worth. Okay, it's not worth it if you just know yourself, but you cannot bring yourself to be beneficial to any other life. So we have to go on and develop your worth and give it to the community, give it to the world, give it to the society. So in once we meet in Nepal, the workshop will not only focus on the personal branding, but how to relate the personal branding into other things in life. Everything starts from self, but then we have to go beyond self. So I think we're gonna have a lot of fun together, and I'm really look forward to see the lady from Italy, my lady from Uganda. We are all different, but we share the same thing. We believe in the power of women. That's all I want to say, and I'm look forward to see all of you.
Oh, thank you, Nui. This is so empowering because I totally agree with you. As yes, we know our worth, but knowing it keeping is our best secret is not beneficial to anybody. So definitely has to shine, has to be shared. So, as you said, the impact on lives, because we in this society, when especially as a business, we think that we are greedy about the money, but money is a tool, is helping us to get to the next level or to help someone else. So that's something that also I think in the perspective of women in business, that sometimes they are struggling is because their financial belief or the money belief they have with them is stopping them to grow. So thank you for pointing this out because that is so important and something that we are going to discuss also with Indre, which is going to be part of our panel. She is a wealth coach, empowering women understand their worth and make it, work. Cynthia, is there anything you would like to share?
Yeah. I want to borrow your word, new vibe. I think this is the new vibe, new era where women are taking lead and being the voice out there. And for me, I believe this is going to be an annual event, and this is just the beginning of what is going to be unfolded. And I just want to echo my voice out there and call all the ladies out there. You want to grow yourself, you want to know your worth, you want to build your brand, you want to connect and relate with people. This is the space, women of worth, to connect, to lead, to lead and be a voice to other people. So I'm really looking forward to this event, looking forward to seeing you all. Ciao. Probably I'll learn an Italian word, maybe 2 or 3.
I bet you we're going to learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
You're a fast learner.
Yeah.
All right, my ladies, it was so inspiring. I really thank you for believing me, believing in WOW, supporting the project. And in the name of G100, what we're doing is something that, only the power of getting together, we can have small changes and see the effects. So I really appreciate all the work that Nui is doing in directing us and supporting us. And definitely I thank Cynthia. She's doing fantastic job to help me to get the European conference organized. I really appreciate everybody's busy. So I really appreciate Cynthia took the time to help us in delivering this. So again, thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend. And to the audience, please, you will find all the details on my profile. You can follow Nui, you can follow Cynthia. Everything is on our social media or WOW. So please join us. It'll be great to see you and seeing the authenticity effect, make a ripple effect to make a world which is more authentic, shining for not what is the facade, but for the gem we have inside of us. So really thank everybody. Love you, and I'll see you very soon. Ciao, ladies. Take care. Bye. Bye.